Hey guys, story time. Story time. Got forced into marrying an older guy, basically few years older than my grandfather. That was way back then in 2000 and 2013. At the end of 2012, 2013, I was 12 and a half years. So yeah, let's talk about it. Since everyone's talking about their stories, let's talk about one part of my life where I went through what I went through. And I almost, in a blink of an eye, forcefully got married to that guy. If I wasn't clever enough, what would have been of me today? My English is not that good, so I'm gonna do my eyebrows because I need to go to work. I'm not feeling well. I have flu. I wasn't feeling to work today, so I told my mother to help me out. Deported me back to Somalia when I was like 9 years old. Why am I even saying deported? They thought like I would take. I wasn't born in Somalia, first of all. They thought I would take after those different religions or different cultures, since I wasn't born in the country, and they were like, instead, let's just take her back to Somalia so that she can learn about the culture and about the religion itself. So what happened was they took me back to Somalia. Anyways, they took me to, if I say I'm going to speak about my whole life, it's a whole journey, man. Let's get into the part where I was forcefully got married to that old guy. So what happened was like my grandfather, I loved him so much, loved him more than my dad, was Nabadon. You know, when you say Nabadon is a headman. When it comes to every tribe in Somalia has a headman, a chief, where when something happens, they go to him and he will solve the problems or whatever. You understand, I think. So my grandfather was a headman of our tribe. So what happened was, people would come from other cities. They'll come to our house and we would cook for them and clean their clothes and whatever. So the house, it's a 5-bedroom house. It had a very big yard. So what happened was, we were 2 girls in the house, me and my cousin, my auntie's daughter, basically. So me, I was the only active kid there. Like, if you tell me go do this, I'll do it. And the other girl, my cousin, was too shy to do anything. So she would cook and I would take the food to the old men and the people, the guests, yes. And I would do the cleaning for them. I was talkative. I'm not gonna lie, I was talkative. Long story short, there was one day, this guy, old guy, just saw me and he was like, this girl is very clever. Like, I can get married to this clever girl. I need to ask her for marriage. Like, I need to ask her hand in marriage. So he did not go to my grandfather. My grandfather was strict. Even though he was strict, he loved me so much. So he went to my grandmother. So he was like, hey Blayo, since you know we're from the same tribe, I just wanted to ask if I can get married to Ayan, which is me. And he offered her a truck and a medley. We call it an a medley. And a truck. He told her that he would give her a whole truck under her name if she said yes to agreeing on the marriage. And then, out of nowhere, she never even thought about if I wanted to get married or not. She was like, oh, really? Yeah, it's done. So what happened was, like, I was staying with my aunt by then. She was on her postpartum journey, so I was helping her cook, for her, taking care of her, whatever. So she came to me in my auntie's house and she was like, I have a good news for you. And I was so excited. I was like, what is the good news? And she was like, are you gonna agree if I tell you the good news? And I was like, what is the good news? Tell me first. And then she was like, your cousin, because even if he's older than you, Somali people, they call each other, like if they're the same tribes, they'll call each other cousins, like in Adar, you understand? So she was like, your cousin asked for your hand. Your cousin asked for your hand in marriage. Don't mind the cuz, man. My son is bothering me inside. Your cousin asked your hand in marriage. So yeah, and he's a good guy, and he has money, and he can take care of you, and yeah. And I was like, oh, how old is my cousin? And then she was like, he's this old, like, his name is this. And I was like, Ma, that old guy that I was serving, is he not older than my grandfather? And she was like, age does not matter, which means the older the guy is, the more he'll take care of you and pamper you because he's older than you. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna get married. I'm not gonna get married to an old guy. And then she was like, you will get married to that guy because I said so. You're not my mother, so try to give your daughters, oh, I know all your daughters are married, so you can try to like get rid of one of the husbands your daughters are married to, and then give one of your daughters to that old guy. Or what you can do is you yourself can get married to him, since you're old enough now and you cannot give birth anymore. Basically, you can wash his clothes and take care of him. I was a very bad mouth. I had a bad mouth when growing up, I'm not gonna lie. And then she started cursing me. She was like, you're cursed. Oh my God, my son, you're not the daughter of my son. You're an evil being, blah, blah, blah. And I was just laughing. And I was just looking at her there. And then she left. Then what happened was, like, I used to have a small Nokia phone, like that had the buttons. And I'll wrap it with a silicone thing, because the back of the phone, the hold of the back of the phone used to fall off every time. So my uncle called me, threatening me. He was telling me he's coming from me. Me is the forest where they take care of the camels, sheep and goats. And he was telling me, by the time I get there, you better be ready to get married to this old guy. And you cannot do anything about it. And I was like, and then for that moment, I was like, you're not gonna get out of this. The only way you're gonna get out of this is to disappear. So I just was like, uncle, no worries, I'll listen to you. You're my uncle. You're like my dad. I'm gonna wait for you. Okay. This girl, the reason I was speaking like that, I was like, if you talk harshly and be like, I'm gonna run away, they'll catch you and close you in a room and forcefully force you to get married to that old guy. So what I did was, I smiled and I pretended, and I just went to the road and I took a truck from that road, a Somali guy, and I was like, I'm headed to my other grandfather in Bosaso. It's another city. It's like 1,700 kilometers away from where I was. So, and the guy was even asking me my age, and I would tell him I'm 21 years old, just to protect myself, because in Somalia, if they see you as a kid, or if you're younger than 15, they'll easily take advantage of you. So, and I looked matured and I looked old. Like, looking at me and looking at my age, never looked right. So that's how I escaped. I changed my SIM card. I went to Bosaso. I heard that my other grandfather from my mother's side was there. So I looked for him. I told the Somali guy, he was so generous. I told him to help me to look for my grandfather, and he did. I stayed at his sister's house for 2 days, and we found him, and I introduced myself to my grandfather, and that's how they took me in. This is part 1. I'll do a part 2. And child marriage. And then, man, my story. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. It does not deserve to be on